Welcome back, Axis and Allies players, straight from the nest. It's Wars of the World, Series 3, the Napoleonic Wars. NATO's going to lead us through this introduction and through all of our scenarios. Take it away, NATO, and show us how it's done.
Hello everybody, this is Nato at the Nest with the 1807 turn of the Napoleonic Wars. And England continued its strategy of building frigates and was able to take out 3 Spanish frigates this turn. Of course it lost the 3 it put out, but taking 3 Spanish frigates down with them is really important in keeping the Spanish fleet number, ship number down. They continued their tech advancement and rolled a 6. So that was a good tech roll for them. Brought them down to 42. Need 42 more points to get infantry squares. And then Austria just reinforced itself. Austria's strictly on the defensive. So it just bought as many infantry as it could and stacked them in their capital territory. Spain bought more frigates, attacked the French ships in Sea Zone 10, and that's where they suffered their 10 casualties, taking out those 10 casualties. 3 casualties, sorry. Suffered their 3 casualties, taking down those British frigates. And bought a cavalry and then moved more forces west to get ready for Portugal. Russia. Russia attacked the French in western Germany and did pretty well, inflicted more casualties than they took. Got 2 hits on the French for only 1 of their own. And then reinforced the Sudetenland, and that was it. And then just moved everything else west as much as it could. This is also the sorry, that wasn't until the French turn, so we'll get to that when we get to France. So that was it for Russia. Prussia attacked the French as well in western Germany. Didn't do as well as Russia did. I think the casualties were about even. Sweden attempted to attack that Spanish fleet in the Danish Straits, and it failed. Lost its frigate and didn't sink any Spanish frigates. France had 2 attacks this turn. France took its forces in northern Italy and attacked Austria, and has now laid siege to Austria's capital. And then their second attack was in Sudetenland, and this featured the first battle that involved the Cossack cavalry. And it was a good fight for the French. French inflicted more casualties on the Russians than the Russians did the French. Wasn't enough to drive them out of the territory, but it definitely reduced the Russian numbers in the territory by a pretty good margin. And then it continued moving forces up towards western Belgium to reinforce the forces. Western Germany, sorry, to reinforce the French forces there. So it moved its troops in Picardy into Belgium, preparation to move them into western Germany, and forces in Paris followed those troops into Picardy, so France is putting all of its reinforcements into Western Germany for the moment. Portugal just continued buying more troops. And then France got another terrible attack roll. They rolled another 1. So, string of bad rolls for France in terms of technology, but they're sitting at 11 points right now. They only need 11 more points than their cannon will gain first strike capability. And that's the end of the turn. Next turn, France annexes Denmark, though not a big change in anything. It's just an extra buck for France. So not a huge change, but every little bit helps, right? So that's it for first half of 1807. We'll come back with the second half of 1807, and Denmark joins the war, sort of. It doesn't actually have any units, it just joins France and gives France its production, so yeah. But nonetheless, another nation gets sucked into the war, so we'll see you then. Hello everybody, this is Nato at the Nest with the second half of the 1807 turn of the Napoleonic Wars. And nothing's changed for England's naval nightmare. Put out 3 frigates and in the English Channel, and bought a tech dice. Got a really good roll on that. Rolled a 6, I believe. And that was it for England's turn. Still hasn't done anything in the North America. Austria still on the defensive. Just built what it could, put it in Austria, and trying to hold off the French siege. Spain. I forgot to move those guys. Damn. Anyways, Spain built 3 more frigates, attacked the British frigates in the Channel, sunk them at the cost of 3 of their own. So at least England's breaking even with ships lost. Russia went on an all-out attack. Russia attacked the French in West Germany and was able to reduce them down to two units, an infantry and a cannon, and then attacked the French in the Sudetenland. That went not nearly as well as West Germany. And that was Russia's 2 attacks, and then it just moved everything it could west. Then Prussia, capitalizing off of Russia's attack in West Germany, Prussia attacked the French and were able to drive the French out of Western Germany completely. So, big victory for the Allies. It's been in short supply the last couple of years. It's mostly been France and Spain winning left and right. So hopefully the Allies can continue that success, keep up the momentum, start turning this war around. And then Prussia bought infantry, cavalry, and artillery, put it down in Berlin, and put a militia in Stettin. Sweden tried to attack that Spanish fleet again, and to no avail. lost another frigate, didn't do anything to Spain. France only had one attack this turn. They attacked Austria again, and it was a very good fight for the French. The French inflicted 4 casualties on Austria with only 1 casualty themselves, so 4-1 losses on Austria. So that was a big win for France. Didn't attack in the Sudetenland. Just stayed put there. And in Western Germany, France didn't counterattack Prussia and Russia in the Western Germany, instead opting to make a new defensive line in Belgium, and then advanced on its tech role for French cannon. So France is sitting at, I guess I could just show you, France is sitting at 8, only needs 8 more points to get their advanced cannon, or French cannon, however you want to put it. England is sitting at 38 points until they get their infantry squares. And then Portugal just bought more infantry. Just what they've been doing this entire game, just getting ready for the Spanish invasion. And that's it. The strategic situation really hasn't changed all that much, with the exception of France being pushed back in Western Germany. And siege of Austria continues. The battle over the Sudetenland continues. The British naval nightmare continues. So that's about it. So that's the end of the year as well. So next turn is a new year, 1808, and that will be a interesting turn because there is several big sweeping changes to the conflict that will have consequences that will affect every nation in very dramatic ways. So leaving you guys with kind of a cliffhanger. History buffs out there know what I'm talking about, know what's about to happen. That's gonna completely turn this conflict on its head. And like I said, history buffs, you know what's coming. Everyone else, stick around for the next video and get to see the big surprise that goes down. And this is what actually happened historically. This isn't me just throwing in a wrench just for comedic effect. So stick around and we'll see the chaos that is 1808.
Hey, thanks for watching Axis and Allies players. Don't forget to hit a squat on that like button. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, go ahead and click on our subscribe button. You can view all of our other videos on our playlists right here on Viper and NATO, straight from the nest, coming at you from historical board games, Z-Man Games, Parker Brothers, Hasbro, and Wizards of the Coast. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next round.